Hey everyone, welcome back to
5 Minute Eats, and today we've got a little frozen entree review for you. This is the Lean Cuisine Comfort Cravings Classic Macaroni and Beef in tomato sauce with mozzarella cheese. Now, this is a 9.5 ounce tray of it for $2.99 at Target. And I'm currently choking on my lip gloss right now because it has the spicy stuff in it, and I'm inhaling it, so that's why I'm struggling.
So I feel like the price is pretty good.
Yeah.
And the portion here is pretty decent.
It smelled great whenever I was making it.
Yeah, it smells great. It looks great. It's very saucy, which if you know us, we love. And macaroni and beef, or what is this? Macaroni and beef? Yeah. Okay. So I feel like this is something that doesn't get a lot of love. I think most people would love this. Well, I guess kids like macaroni and cheese, but I think adults...
This is a more adult take on it.
The reason I say that is because I think this is something that should be more available at restaurants. As a side dish, you know?
I agree. Totally.
Yeah, or an appetizer or something like that. Yeah.
Why is it that mac and cheese gets all the glory?
Yeah.
But this is kind of pushed off to the side.
When this is better, I think. Because I think like with mac and cheese, because I'm not a big fan of it, I don't really dig it. I think it has to be jazzed up, usually to be better, you know, to like make it interesting. And with this, I don't really think you do. I think just
meat and the red sauce is the jazz.
Yeah, and guys, if you're new to our channel, basically, we review everyday grocery items. So before you spend your hard-earned money, let us tell you if it's worth it. So it's back to Lean Cuisine, huh? Not Life Cuisine.
You know, I looked into this before actually.
Yeah.
So Lean Cuisine is the ones that's like, I believe, under 300 calories.
Yeah.
Then they also have Life Cuisine where they have like the carb options and like the gluten-free and things like that. So it's both.
Okay. Well, let me just say also, I love the packaging. It's
super eye-catching.
Yeah, it just screams just like a very bold, like check me out kind of thing, right?
I love how the actual graphic of the dish is like 90% of the cover of this, aside from the label telling you what it is. Whereas sometimes they'll put it like on a plate, and then the plate itself is like half of the, you know, package, and then the actual meal on the plate is like half of the plate. It's so small. This, I like that you can see clearly what it is.
Yeah, because something like this, I think guys see this and they're like, ooh, that looks really good. I gotta try this, you know?
Yeah, right?
I think it's very appealing to men.
I would agree.
Let's go.
If you'd like to support this channel, the easiest way to do that is using our Amazon links the next time you shop there.
All right, guys, welcome back. Our rating system. Thumbs up by the end, thumbs down by not. So for me, this is a thumbs down. So I was super excited to try this. Unfortunately, it's let me down. I think it's because it is a Lean Cuisine version, right? I think the number one problem is the sauce. It's a little too tangy, not overly, but just a little bit, where it just kind of just turns me off. The beef is fine, the macaroni's fine. I just think the sauce is definitely more tomato than, you know, like the typical sauce you find in a macaroni and beef. You know, it's where it's more like maybe like a marinara or something like that, you know?
Yeah, like,
it's I wish it was more like
seasoned,
yes, because I wanted it to be a little bit, maybe a little bit more salty, more herby, and this was not it. And I think it actually clashes with the mac and the beef. And if you're someone who loves macaroni and beef and you're used to it, so when you try this, you're like, what is this? You know, it takes you back a little bit. It's not bad, but is it as good as some of the other Lean Cuisine products I've had before? Thumbs down.
If you like what we're doing here, please consider sending us super thanks. It helps us continue to provide more amazing content. All right, for me, this one is going to be a thumbs down. I made a very big mistake while I was eating this, and I've been struggling with the repercussions of that mistake ever since. So it's finally starting to subside, but I was really struggling with a bit of nausea while you were doing your review, because I will just first tackle the main issue with this for me is the meat, kind of. So most of the meat is in like these tiny little crumbles, and those are like fine. It's, you know, it doesn't really taste like much because it's covered in the sauce. So you taste the sauce more than the meat itself. And I was thinking, okay, this is fine. But then I saw one kind of larger nugget in here.
Uh-oh.
And you didn't eat it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to eat it and I'm going to get a really good impression of this meat. And then I can really say how the meat is. I will regret that for at least the rest of the day, perhaps longer, because when I've been into that meat, oh my God, I feel like I can right now just talking about it. The texture was like canned dog food, like where it's like that pate, almost kind of airy, you know, texture. And then there was like bits of the meat particles that were more akin to the little crumbles. So it was almost like the crumbles adhered together with like a dog food pate. But
that sounds gross.
So gross. But dude, because it was a larger piece, the sauce was only covering the outside. So whenever you're chewing and you get to the inside, you just get the flavor of the meat thing itself. It was bad. It was gross. It was really nasty. It was very creek water, minerally tasting, and I didn't like it at all. So with that being said, I now feel like I have to question the validity of the meat that I thought that I enjoyed, because that was super, super, super gross. I can't deal with that. That's so gross. Based on that alone, I would not buy it again. However, if I'm setting aside the fact that I did eat that regrettable item, the sauce, it was okay. It almost had like a little bit of an oiliness to it.
I will agree with you. I think the problem with this dish is that it's very cheap.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just, we've tried other stuff from Lean Cuisine that is really good.
Yes.
Whereas with this one, it's like they didn't even try. It's like 2 different brands or something.
For me, I feel like I'm noticing an issue more with their pasta dishes, because for me, this pasta also tasted. It had a very pronounced, like, bland pasta flavor. Like you're eating a lot of just bland dough.
Yeah.
And then the sauce, it wasn't good enough to like overcompensate to cover that up. The whole thing is very disappointing. Stay far, far away from it.
To sum it up, thumbs down, thumbs down. And if you guys buy from Amazon, use our Amazon link. The reason is when you do that, we get 10 cents, 50 cents, possibly even $1, which means we can continue to review things.
All right, guys, that's the video. If you like what we're doing here, definitely check out our other channel, Food Prep Inc. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.